getting a sense, are you saying beneficiary politics is still very much here?
Extremely.
And therefore with Eknath Shinde's government, because Maharashtra is the next big election, giving 1,500 rupees, and by the time the elections come, they'll have given it
But
for 4 to
Rajdeep,
5 months.
just
You
one
think
minute.
it'll make a difference?
But Rajdeep, can I just 1 minute
And just
to
to add
answer
to
to
Rajdeep's
Rajdeep?
question, particularly in the region of Marathwada and
Marathwada,
Vidarbha, which are
okay.
arguably poorest
But
of the
Rajat,
poor regions of
if
Maharashtra.
these schemes had a huge impact, now in terms of the caste dynamics, the lowest in terms of how they do financially is the SC belt. The Congress has done very well in the SC belt. These are the
Reasonably
ones
well.
who are not,
So
they're
they were
laborers.
supposed to
They're
sweep those
laborers.
belts.
No, but the Congress has done very well. Look at it right now.
So
the Congress has done really well in the Dalit SC belt, who are basically...
How are you defining the Dalit SC belt? How many Dalits are there vis-a-vis the non-Dalit seats that you're saying? Again, my point is it is not like going to...
Look at the reserved seats.
In
Look
the
at the
reserve
data in the
seats,
reserved
of course, the
seats.
reserve seats, of course, also have a large number of non-reserve
Yes, but-
voters. But by and large, in the reserve seats, the Congress is ahead of the
done
BJP,
well.
17 to 13. In the Jat seats, which are presumably 30% more, is what we are classifying as
20%
20% more.
Yeah.
36 seats, it's 17 all. So I think that's where the polarization
I think
really...
the micromanagement also, Rajdeep, has a role to play.
Huge role.
Because, as we speak, Election Commission portal is showing almost 2% votes polled by Aam Aadmi Party, which contested with Congress in the Lok Sabha election, which managed them to win. 2%, when you are looking at these kind of things, they matter. They matter. They matter a lot.
In a way, that's a lesson for the Congress. This ability, this belief that, हमें आम आदमी किसी की जरूरत नहीं है.
Hubris.
Ajay, Rajdeep, I
Because
want to ask
Aam
you
Aadmi
one
Party,
thing.
in urban, you see, Kejriwal is a good campaigner, whatever else he is. Imagine you had sent Arvind Kejriwal there in Kurukshetra, where if you recall last time there was a Lok Sabha
They were asking
candidate.
for 7 seats,
Or
not even
in
big
a few
number.
of the urban constituencies. I'm not saying that they would have changed the result. But the index of opposition unity, what was spoken to, in the 80s, the more opposition was united, the more difficult it became for the Congress. The more divided the opposition is, the easier it becomes.
But that
for
2% would have made a big difference.
It could have.
So it
I
could
mean,
have
we
been
don't know
40
how.
big difference.
I mean, how
We
it
don't
would
know.
have spread. But what my sense is, the 2% will not be evenly spread because there'll be 20 such constituencies where
They are
AAP may
not
have got
contesting on all
5-6% of the vote,
Exactly.
and that makes the difference.
That makes the difference.
I think what is the lesson? And to be fair, Rahul Gandhi had told the party, I want to do, and then went to America. Rahul Gandhi had a meeting of the Congress where they decided you must try and have the Aam Aadmi Party on board. Raghav Chadha and KC Venugopal were asked to work out a solution. Typically, Aam Aadmi Party first asked for 20. Congress said nothing doing. Then it came 10. It eventually came to 5. But Hooda said, I will choose the 5 that I will give you.
The
I mean,
Aam Aadmi Party would have settled even
For-
for 3. Even for 3 if they
As
got
long
their
as they were
choice of
winning.
seats.
They wanted winning seats.
They wanted winning seats.
Now, if you, because of 2024 Lok Sabha and because of the mahal created by pundits and pollsters, I guess the belief was, yaar, Aam Aadmi Party ki kya zarurat hai? We don't need them. And then we may have to do a deal with them in Delhi later as part of an exchange. We don't want to do any of that.
No, but it punctures the overconfidence balloon of the Congress. This idea that we are back, 2090, 2029 is our fight. And the certainty with which it was being said, in news studios and outside, it punctures that boss, it's a real battle. It will be a bruising battle and anybody can win.
With one caveat, Rahul. The one
Right.
caveat is next month we have Jharkhand and Maharashtra. If the elections are different there, we'll be thinking, I think India is election by election.
Sure.
I think politics has become so competitive that it is impossible to generalize based on
one
one
state
election
from another.
what's going to happen in the next 5
But
years.
one
And I think
generalization I
that's
would
the
make.
strength of the BJP and the weakness of the Congress. The BJP has realized that 2024, we made a few mistakes. You're seeing they're getting Yogi Adityanath back in some kind of shape. They're trying to ensure that in Maharashtra they went with Ladki Bahin, so they're giving more beneficiaries. The BJP learns from its mistakes. The Congress could do a bit to take a slice from that book and believe every election is different.
Rajiv, one generalization which I would still stick to, that I said after looking at the UP numbers in Lok Sabha elections, that 100 gram काटने के चक्कर में किलो भर काट बैठे. That has worked on Hooda and his company right now, because I believe that in order to ensure that he remains the numero preference for the Chief Minister chair, he wanted the Congress to remain in the uncomfortable majority range. Uncomfortable
What
majority.
Yashwant Deshmukh is saying is something which was speculated, discussed on ground, that maybe the Congress, and at that point of time, because the chain of command was with the Hoodas, that they didn't want a victory which would go beyond 50.
So controlled detonation.
Yeah, controlled.
Now the thing is, what we have seen in UP, ये controlled detonation नाम की चीज politics में होती नहीं है. बहुत fine खेलना पड़ता है वो चीज.
ये भी एक fact of life of political parties है that parties are always made up of factions and factions are always going to contest among themselves, right? But sometimes parties win and sometimes parties lose. So faction cannot be the sole explanation of the result.
Of course.
But there is a big difference, Rahul bhai, in the way those who have seen politics of India, like, I mean, I consider myself old now. Rajdeep is still young, but, that the Congress of the old times, classic Congress as we call it, they used to unite and focus on winning first. The factionalism of old Congress used to come later on. Generally speaking, they were more cohesive unit when winning. It was like they smelled the blood and they would like find out, okay, let's win first and then we decide. So, but the Congress of, जैसे आत्मघाती दस्ता कहते हैं ना, ये कांग्रेस के साथ में नहीं था जो अब हो गया है.
आपके स्टेट लेवल फैक्शंस क्यों स्ट्रांग हो जाते हैं जब आपकी सेंट्रल लेवल वीक हो जाती है.
Exactly.
राइट. तो नाउ द सेंट्रल लेवल कैन नॉट कॉल शॉट्स जहां पे वो शॉट्स कॉल कर लेते हैं. तो
Rahul Gandhi saying that give seats to Aam Aadmi Party and
Zafar Islam